friends, hello, welcome back, happy Wednesday. So one of the requested team for team trades I've seen you guys comment in previous videos was you wanted to see if we could trade everybody from Ottawa all the way for everybody on the Detroit Red Wings, two of the not so good. Okay, let's just put it out there plain and clear. Two of the worst teams in the league. All right, period. Sorry, Detroit, I didn't mean it. Don't get mad at me, but it's kind of true, like a lot. So here are the two teams we're working with right here. Ottawa's got Tkachuk and Chabot at the top there. In Detroit, it's kind of similar where they have Larkin and Zadina there. So we have to try to trade every single NHLer for every single NHLer. We're going to do this video today a little bit different than we've done the previous ones. We're going to try and just do straight up team for team. No draft picks, no prospects. Can we get everybody on Detroit onto the Ottawa Senators without going out and saying, you know what, we're going to throw on a second round draft pick or a first round draft pick. We want this to be a pure team for team swap. Is Detroit willing to do it? We're going to start with Tkachuk and Chabot. We should be able to do those two straight up. If I had to guess for Larkin and Zadina, it actually looks like Zadina's got a little bit lower of the trade value there. We may be able to go and add on another player here that is actually a lower tier guy, maybe a 79 overall, like Nielsen. Nielsen could work. We'll throw on Nielsen. You know what? We'll even throw on a Helm just to make sure we're not doing too much of an underpayment. So Larkin, Zadina, Nielsen, and Helm for, actually looks like we're overpaying there for Chabot and Tkachuk, or we're not overpaying, but we're getting overpaid in return. So they probably won't accept that, and they won't. So we'll drop Darren Helm. We'll go straight up Nielsen there, and that is still not going to happen. Now, EA, when you tell me this doesn't work, when it 10,000, 900, 9,900, and 1,000, whatever, I can't even say the number. Just imagine a 1 with 6 billion zeros behind it. If you somehow manage to decline this trade, this is why we have been doing draft picks in these team for team trades, because EA just doesn't know what a good trade looks like. Maybe I'm overvaluing Tkachuk and Chabot here, but come on. I mean, Larkin's a stud, but I don't know if I'd say I would put that kind of value on Zadina. I mean, yeah, he's 19 and he's young, but wow. Let's see it, EA. Let's see it. Trade rejected. How did I know they was going to do that? We was preparing the disappointment ahead of time, even though we're overpaying essentially by, like, I don't know, like a half of a centimeter there on the trade meter. They're not going to take it. So we're going to throw on another player. And who's it going to be? Can we give them Bobby Ryan and his $7 million contract? Salary cap's off. That shouldn't matter. Is that enough? Question, we look at our trade block needs. Okay, so Bobby Ryan won't do it. We want to keep this to a minimum here if we can. So we'll go Hainsey. Has Hainsey got more trade value than Bobby Ryan? He does. So we'll go Hainsey. How about that? That trade is still rejected. I think we're going to struggle to go team for team without adding the draft picks. EA's just not a big fan of it. We'll throw on a Nisimov, the ex-Blue Jacket. Send it. Oh, what? That was a weird looking trade rejected message. Why did that come up so funky like that? I don't know, EA. We're just trying to have a fair trade here where I would completely want to know who you're GMing for, because if I'm sending you a young stud defenseman and a young stud forward for two stud forwards, I'm taking a defenseman every day of the week, because guess what? Defense wins championships. EA doesn't see it that way. Get the Brandstrom in there. That'd be cheating, though. So we'll go, I don't know, I guess. So it's Zaitsev, we have to pay more. We can try Duclair first. We'll try Duclair first and then Zaitsev. Duclair, there it is. Okay, so that made the trade happen, and somebody just got brought up to the NHL there, so to make sure he is not staying there. I should have looked at that there. So good roster moves. This isn't Jim Best roster. That'll work. So we got the big dogs out of the way. That's what we was worried about. Now we will move on to, we got Zadina, we got Larkin. So next is going to be Colin White. He's going to be a tough one. He's not going to be a tough one to move, but he's going to be a tough one to try to value out here, because we want to make sure we're getting the best possible return here. Mantha looks like he's lower on the trade meter, right? Yeah, a little bit there. So if we throw on Mantha, and maybe we can try to get something back in return here as far as players without a lot of trade value to try to balance out that, what was it, a Nice? Oh, Duclair that we moved. So we moved Duclair before to try to balance that out a little bit here if we can. So we'll try, I don't know, DeKaiser maybe? Well, DeKaiser, let's try two defensemen here and see if that gets the job done. For Colin White, that's probably an overpay. Yeah, it is. Okay, so we'll drop DeKaiser. We'll do straight up there. Okay, they're not even going to do that straight up. I tried. We tried to do it a little bit fair here. They just weren't having any of it. So we'll go, not that direction. We'll go this direction. We will drop all the way down to, got to make sure we keep in mind who's on each team here. We will go all the way down. Oh, you guys got a lot of 77 overall. That's an all-star looking roster. We'll go Abdelkader and Daly. That sounds nice. We'll take that for Colin White. Why not? Send it. There she is. All right, so move down. Okay, that's perfect. We'll leave you guys down. Call to finish, show no players. Okay, so that's what I'm going to see. All right. So we got it back to how it should be. The Detroit Oilers accepted that roster. Assistant GM best moves. All right, so now we can get to the smaller guys here. So we have Zaitsev. No, we don't have Zaitsev. We traded. We kept Zaitsev. We wanted to, right? Zaitsev's ours? Yeah, I think. Yeah, he's ours. My bad. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to struggle with this video a little bit because it's harder to keep up with all the AHL players in the league. It's a lot easier when you do other teams and are all NHL players on the teams, but, you know, ooh, that was not nice. So we'll look at Zaitsev, Mantha. We'll go back to the trade value. It was a lot easier going down the screen from a trade value thing. So we have Larkin, Zadina, Mantha. We need to get you off the team. 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 That's nice. We're going to go for you 4 players. What can we get from Detroit in return? We'll look at trade value. We got to get him. Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi's going to be tough. I think he's going to be one of the tough ones. When we get past Bertuzzi, things start to really lighten up here. Fabry, where they already have Duclair. We sent them to them. Perlini. That's going to be an overpayment, I think, right? For Detroit. Actually, it's not that far away. Fabry, Bertuzzi. Let's see. Let's see if they take that or not. Nah, they're not going to take it. Okay, so we'll drop Perlini, and we will go for a guy with a little bit less trade value here. Maybe Nemeth? Did we already try? We already tried to get Nemeth once, and we're not having any of it, so we'll try Nemeth there. For the record, I'm pretty sure it's Nemeth, so we're definitely going to go to pronunciation jail for that one. So there we go. Nemeth onto the trade as well. Send it! EA. EA, come on. I know you guys want to do it. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, wow, that Nemeth guy was pretty make or break there. So we'll drop him from the trade. I don't want to go 4-3 because then I'm going to call up a guy again and it bothers me. I'm going to forget which ones are which. But we're going to go ahead and do we send that? Can we go even a little bit lower on the trade value still? Actually, we might be able to go a little bit lower here. We'll see what else they got laying around here. We can. Yeah, we could. No, that is not. Is that lower? Now we can go, here we go, the good old 78 or 77 overall all-star. We can go lower than that. Glendenning's out there. We'll pick him up. That's a solid ad. We'll get Glendening then. That'll work. So Glendening, welcome to the Ottawa Senators. Send that trade and accept it. You should accept that trade just because we was willing to take Glendening off the team. I'm sorry. There you go. Oh, man, they weren't even going to do that. Okay, so that was the problem there. Really? You really weren't into that. Okay, so we'll drop Fabricius. And now things are going to get difficult because once you drop Fabry, they got players with a lot of trade value on their team still that need traded. Where is Fabry? He's a decent ways down here, right? Yeah, he's right there. Trade value decent. So we can try to replace him with, again, some guys with some trade value. I'm pretty sure we just doubled it up there and still made it too much. Oh, I took that! I swear we just got more trade value back. All right, then. Thanks, Detroit. Nice talking to you. Guess you're not the worst team in the league for making good GM decisions, right? Could you imagine if that was a factor in NHL games? If they actually had like GM grades, say like a B+ and an AASC, and the worst GMs in the league, you had a better chance of getting the trades off on? That'd be crazy. Franchise mode feature additions for 2021. Let's see it, fellas. All right, so looking at our team, we have Detroit's 5 best players. That's progress. We have Nemeth and Philp. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. This is not looking good. That is the highest trade values we have left in this team. I am not looking forward to this. I don't know if Otto's going to be able to pull this one off. We're going to go Laholahe. Is that Laholahe? The great Laholahe. I love that announcer name. It should be Laholahe. It's probably like Lajoie or something there, and I'm not saying that name right. He's played like, I don't know, 12 games in the NHL. 56, actually. So I should probably be able to say his name properly, but we're not there yet. We'll get it. We'll get it, Ottawa. Next year when you guys are in the Stanley Cup Finals, we will have every single name pronunciation down pat. I promise. That is a guaranteed promise from me to you. Just make it there. All right, we're struggling a bit here. There's a little bit more value in some of the bottom 6 or top 9 guys wherever they fall for Detroit than with Ottawa, so we might struggle a bit here. Actually, that trade is not too far off there if we take a look at it. It's pretty close. We might be able to throw in one more, but the problem is we still have to move Kulowski and Batherson. I think we have to move Batherson, right? Batherson, yeah, coming over from the Detroit. No, he's an Ottawa. He's an Ottawa center. Okay, we're perfect there. We don't need Batherson, actually, so my mistake. That helps things out a little bit there. But we are going to try to once again scoop up Glendening in this deal. And then we have Darren Helm later on. How do you feel about that, Detroit? You don't feel too good about it. All right. Did I hit Zetterberg instead of Glendening by accident? That's what it was. They didn't want to drop Zetterberg's 20-time All-Star like, I don't know, 7 years ago or so. Where's Zetterberg at? Did we completely... No, he's right there. Zetterberg, AHL 70, 38 years old. Oh, he's on an entry-level deal. Good for him. You guys can keep Zetterberg. We want Glendening. All right, you guys weren't in for that either, right? So we'll drop that. We'll send it straight up. They're not going to do that either. Again, I imagine we're going to struggle here. We'll drop... Who is the next cheapest guy that we currently have on this list here? Let's make sure we're going with that as well. Trying to give up too much. It is going to be you, it looks like. So there we go. We'll send that. I don't want to send that straight up like that. That's a lot. What if we drop Power Luck? That's not going to get the job done. We're going to get tight. Going to get tight, and it's going to get complicated here very quickly. Because, again, you look at Ottawa's players. They don't have quite the trade value as some of these Detroit guys. We'll send that straight up. And, again, they're not taking it. They are not biting. We're going to drop another player. And we're just going to go straight to the overalls here. I should have went by overalls in the first place. Probably would have been easier here. And we're going to have to try to, once again, find, I guess, guys that have low overalls that we already tried trading for him. That's the problem there. Who else is on this team? There's another NHLer down here somewhere, right there? Maybe? Nah, definitely in a 56 overall. I could have swore we've seen one with very low trade value. Maybe it was Glendening. That was probably it. We've seen him a couple of times now. So we'll add Glendening. Just like that, and they're gonna have to take that trade. Yeah, they took that trade. Okay, but we're tough. We're tight here. It's gonna be tough. I don't think we're gonna be able to pull this one off, to be completely honest. And here we are. Here's the final 5 players minus goaltending that we have to get for the Detroit Red Wings. Helm, Timoshavin, Perlini, and again our young friend over there on defense. Let's see what we have laying around here on Detroit. Not a lot. I am gonna have to tell you that right now. There is not a lot left. Bobby Ryan's still around, though. So here's what we're looking at with Ottawa and what we have laying around. Not a lot. This trade's clearly not going to go through. We're going to have to decline it, which means we're going to come up short, I think, here for the Detroit Red Wings. But we'll send it. They're going to decline that. So we'll drop Helm first. That's probably the biggest trade piece. And then Tim Shaw is probably next. So we'll send that, and they aren't going to take it either. Unfortunate. Detroit would have more than 45 skaters in the organization. That is not good. That is not good at all. So we will have to... I don't even know what to tell you from this standpoint. We have to take a player off of their team somehow, but it's just going to hurt us trying to make a trade. Do we do Erickson? I don't know. Just to get him off the team, we'll just draw... I don't know if it's going to work even doing that, though, to be completely honest, because it's an HR. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so we'll send it. And I'm going to reject it anyway, so that did not matter. We're going to have to drop. We're going to have to drop probably Perlini next. And again, they'd be over the skater organization limit. And that's not what we want to see happen here. So we're going to once again throw on a guy. Actually, hang on a second. How many goalies do they got? 1, 2. Oh, that's not enough. Oh, at least our goaltender holds no trade value. What does Josh Henderson? What's Craig Anderson hold? Maybe something to help us out here. We'll find out in a second. But we'll go back here, and once again, we will add on a very, of course, the cheap guys are the players that, oh, we can throw on Darren Helm. What do we miss Darren Helm? Oh, that's the guy we just dropped, that's why. We're throwing Darren Helm, that's not going to get the job done. Nah, it's not. So we're struggling here. Who's the next cheap guy? Nobody. They're actually, oh, we'll drop you, I guess. We're having a problem here, EA. I don't know if you can tell or not, but we are having a serious problem where we cannot get this trade to go through. And it's probably not going to go through by the looks of it here. So we're gonna be stuck right here. We'll see what they have from a goaltender standpoint. We can always that doesn't help with the skater problem though, right? The goaltender doesn't. I imagine it does not. Maybe our goalie holds a little bit more trade value though. He does not by any stretch of the imagination at all. We're gonna be stuck with that right there. We'll send it. Trade rejected. Still, it's not gonna happen. We can't get the Detroit Red Wings for the Ottawa Senators. Of all teams to get stuck on, we intentionally took the Ottawa Senators because they had more trade value than the Detroit Red Wings. But I guess when we got farther into the depths and the fact that we had to overpay for a few guys, it did become a problem. What we're learning here is if EA did fair trades, I would say, honestly, it might work because Ottawa has 3 heavies in Colin White and Shabbat and in, what's his face? And Kachuk, right? So they have those 3. If it wasn't for, you know, if they would have did a little bit more fair trades on that, then I can understand like the second half, you know, Ottawa or Detroit had some better bottom 6 guys, as we brought up as far as trade value is concerned. They're 80, 81, 82 held more trade value than Ottawa's. That's where we got held up there. If that wasn't the case, though, I think we could have made it happen. Unfortunately, it did not happen here today. We will, I guess, just drop it to like nothing and just see what happens here. Would you take that trade? No, they wouldn't even do that. All right, so it's not going to happen. We'll drop you, and we'll just say, give us Jimmy Howard. They wouldn't even do Jimmy Howard for Craig Anderson and Bobby Ryan straight up. What about just, actually, I was going to say, what about just no Bobby Ryan? But it doesn't matter because the trade value there is irrelevant. We'll throw on a defenseman. No, we won't. I forgot that won't work. So we're stuck. We're stuck right here. Detroit will not send away their entire team for the Ottawa Senators. Interesting. You guys want to see another team we do? Please do let us know. And as always, let us know the style. Would you rather do it this way, or would you rather see us continue to add on draft picks where essentially we're going to, or draft picks and prospects in order to get another team's team? As always, love the feedback. If you guys enjoyed the video, big thumbs up and subscribe is appreciated, never required. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.